I've been around the world and I've met many people, kings and queens, but I've never met a better man than my friend Eric Clapton.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I knew that I was different, and I didn't know why.
When it came to blues, there was nobody like him.
Before Eric, guitar playing in England had been very simple. Suddenly we heard something that was completely different. It was completely revolutionary.
From the minute I woke up, I just played and played. We were recording with Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin.
The Beatles.
People started to idolize what he was doing.
White America had never paid attention to blues. Thanks to Eric, a lot of doors was open.
I thought it was the beginning. I didn't know it was the end.
There was always a lot of cocaine, LSD, mescaline.
I was full of hatred and anger.
It got to be a point of wondering what's going to happen tomorrow night.
It looked like he wanted to kill himself.
I was in absolute denial about my alcoholism. Music saved me. I thought I had this dream, the perfect band, you know, the virtuoso. There was a way to turn this dreadful tragedy into something positive. There was always one man who was completely alone and with his guitar versus the world.
Away. You stopped writing.
I've been on too many streets to be doing the same thing over and over. Can I smoke in here?
You sound, for someone so widely known, a bit fatalistic.
Things aren't bad now, of course. The city fathers, they're trying to endorse the reincarnation of Porous whores, but the town has no need to be nervous.
The hysterical bride in the penny arcade, screaming she moans, I've just been made. Then sends out for the doctor who pulls down the shade. Says my advice is to not let the boys in.
Upon the street where mothers weep and the saviors who are fast asleep, they wait for you. I want you. Now my fathers, they've gone down. True love, they've... Well, I return to the Queen of Spades and talk with my...
I kind of like getting blasted out on my skin.
I think he's evil, and we were his biggest fans.
You got a lot of nerve. I say you are my friend. When I was down, you just stood there grinning.
It's not folk, it's not rock, but a brand new way of telling it like it is. And Jude Quinn is definitely what's happening. Here he comes now. Mr. Quinn, Mr. Quinn, have you got a word for your fans?
Astronaut.
It is to see.
Nothing you like. Temptation not an easy thing. Giving the devil's reign. 'Cause he said, I got no choice. It runs in my veins. I am pressing on. On and on and on and
imagination. It gets very lonesome. But traditional music is just, it's too unreal to die. It doesn't need to be protected. You know, I mean, in that music, it's the only true valid death you can feel today, off a record player. But like everything else in great demand, people try to own it. It has to do with, like, the purity thing. I think its meaninglessness is holy. Everybody knows I'm not a folk singer.
One of the world's greatest guitarists, lucky enough to have taken lessons from Joe Satriani at age 12 and gifted enough to play in Frank Zappa's band by age 20. He's played with top-selling acts like David Lee Roth and Whitesnake, built his own revolutionary guitar, made arguably the best solo guitar album ever, and stole an entire movie without saying a word. His name is Stephen Zero Vai, and this is the history of his first 30 years. On weekends and summers, Steve started to play in bands. After his keyboard-only stint with Ohio Express, around the age of 13, he joined up with bass player John Sergio and his band Circus. This would be the band where he first got the taste of playing in front of live audiences. This love of playing live and touring would stay with him. Around the age of 14 to 15, he joined a more rock-orientated band named Rage. This would be his last band until he went off to college. He loved everything about it, hanging with his friends, girls, getting in trouble, and all that goes into solid, typical teenage years. Steve was having a blast, but he knew he had to continue his musical studies post-high school. He wasn't thinking about fame and fortune. At the time, he was daydreaming about being a music teacher like Mr. Westcott, or maybe scoring films, and he thought that would be a good life for himself. But regardless, he had to push to that next level in his musical journey by attending one of the most prestigious music schools in the world, Berklee College of Music. His dad showed his support by selling his life insurance policy to help pay for Vai's next round of education. In 7 short years, Steve had gone from playing guitar in his bedroom to playing for one of the most renowned musicians ever. The little Italian virtuoso was born. Zappa would later say about Vai, Vai said, "I spent 5 months insulating it and I loved doing it. And because I adorned the walls with various shades of blue silk fabric, I named the place Stucco Blue Studio." Between April and November of 1983, Vai recorded the tracks that would become Flexible. Many of the tracks originated as wild studio experiments or even jokes. In January 1984, Flexible was released and began to sell. Although the record showed off Steve's quirky musical sensibility and a kind of humor he inherited from Zappa, there was also some death-defying rock guitar playing. The timing was perfect, since the shred metal virtuoso guitar phenomenon was blasting off. Flexible became one of the genre's cult classics and would net Vai millions of dollars over the years. Between the years 1980 and 1990, Vai participated in many music projects, one under the pseudonym Reckless Fable. For some, he was involved creatively. For others, he was a hired gun for a few big names and as a favor to a couple friends. During this period, Vai appeared on over 30 albums, but for this film, we are going to focus on the 6 most important projects Vai worked on between 1984 and 1990. Alcatraz, the movie Crossroads, the David Lee Roth Band, the Ibanez Gem guitar, Whitesnake, and his solo album, Passion and Warfare.